Okay, so I guess what I'm going to go ahead and do next is I'm going to go ahead and mow this all down one last time for the year. It won't really grow back hardly at all in the, I mean, you know, that's only 2 inches tall and it's been a month and a half, so it'll not grow back before wintertime hits. So I'm going to go ahead and mow it and everything so I can take my deck off. That way I can go over some pretty rough terrain without dragging the deck all to pieces. And it's still kind of hot out here, so I'll go ahead and mow, which is something, you know, non-labor intensive and easy to do while it's still a bit warm, and maybe when I'm done it'll be a little cooler out here. So we're gonna get this chopped down here. Alright, so I got done with my mowing. I took my mowing deck off so I can run around in a little rougher terrain. I'm pretty hot and sweaty, so I'm probably gonna quit for the day. And I shoveled up that glass, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get all those bags of concrete out of the back of the van, so it's not 540 pounds, you know, squatting down and carrying all that weight for no reason. I'll go ahead and load them onto my little trailer there, and I'll come out in the morning and do the concrete first thing, because it's not supposed to rain for the next week. So I've got a tarp. I'll just throw a tarp over the wagon, and those bags of concrete will be fine. But I got her all mowed down for the last time this year, so like I said, it won't have enough time to really grow back at all before, you know, fall and winter. So I'll just kind of take a walk around here. Now this fall, my plans are to clean up all this stuff, and because I've been kind of lazy and just, you know, leave stuff around, throw stuff around, and it adds up after a while. But I want to clean up all over in there, in the brush and everything, and up in there, because I want to be able to mow all that next year. So I need to get that done this fall. Also, this fall I'm going to drop a bunch of trees, a bunch of oak, and cut me up some logs and everything, because I've got plans to try and buy a bandsaw mill probably about March, and I'll probably set it up over there somewhere on just on that side of the garden. And so what I'm going to try to do is I think I'm going to try to sell my 660 steel. That thing, it weighs like 26 pounds or something like that without the timber jig on it, just in a regular, you know, firewood or felling configuration. So it's heavy, and I need to be able to cut some firewood. I've got to cut some for my brother-in-law in exchange for that weed eater, and I just don't think I can do it with any amount of, you know, speed or efficiency lugging around that huge saw. You know, that saw is really awesome for dropping trees and you know, taking a, you know, 28-inch tree and cutting through it while it's laying down. It's great for that, and it's good for milling. Like I said, I'm not going to use it for milling anymore. It's just too slow. It's hard work. It's really labor intensive, And if I was going to just maybe build like, you know, a dining table or you know, something, you know, like that, a bench or some cabinets or something, I might, you know, use the timber jig to cut up something like that. But for actually building structures, it's just too darn slow. So I'm gonna try to get a bandsaw mill, and Harbor Freight's got the Central Machinery one or whatever it's called for $2,000. And I know Harbor Freight's like subpar stuff, but that sawmill's got a lot of good reviews. It seems like it's a solid machine, so I'm gonna try to get that one and use it for cutting up my lumber for the house and everything. And so I need to cut up a bunch of logs and stuff this fall, but I'm gonna try to sell the 660 and get a smaller saw. And when I say smaller saw, I'm talking like a 271 or something like that, something small, you know, with a maximum of like an 18-inch bar on it or something like that. Something I can, you know, up here in the woods, up here where I cut, it's on a hillside like that, you know. Stumbling around, walking up and down that hillside, you know, for a few hours, lugging a big heavy saw is just not ideal. If I was cutting, you know, somewhere down like down here or something like that where it's kind of level, that would be another. I'd maybe get like a like a 441 or whatever they are. But even that's like, I think like what was it, like 18 pounds or something like that. And the 271 I think was like either 8 or 10 pounds or something like that. So it would be really good for cutting up firewood. And an 18-inch bar is plenty for dropping, you know, trees for logs for that bandsaw mill, because I don't plan on ever dropping another tree that's over 20 inches. The biggest one I've dropped was probably 34 inches, and that was that big one up there. And it was quite a pain. So I think I'm going to stick with a maximum of 20-inch diameter logs. That way they're a little easier for me to maneuver and things like that. Also, here pretty soon / this fall, I'm kind of embarrassed about this, actually quite a bit, so I try to keep it out of most of the videos if I can help it. But I've got this burn pile here that I've just like thrown all of our like trash bags from home and just set it on fire right there on the ground. I need to take my little trailer there and put a piece of plywood in the bottom of it, and I need to haul this crap down to the dump. I want to clean all this crap up and mow all this down and get it looking nice. Like I said, I'm embarrassed about that, and it's sad to say that I did that, but you know, I've avoided it for long enough, and you know, I'm sure you guys have seen it once or twice, but it's I did it, so you know, it's my fault. There's no one to blame but me, so all I can do is clean it up and never do it again. Okay, so I've cleaned up over in here, which I've never mowed over in here before, so I had to go through and, you know, pick up a bunch of sticks and logs and whatnot, piled some of them up over here, but cleaned all this up. Like I said, I'd never mowed over in here before, so got it cleaned out where I can get to my electrical box easier. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to shut that off and lock it up. See if I can do this without getting stung. I don't know if you'll be able to see or not, but oh, they're in there. Nah, you probably can't see, but they're in there. Please don't come flying out. I'm gonna have to set down the camera for a minute while I do this. Okay, so as I said before, I keep this thing, I keep the 200 amp breaker shut off and keep it padlocked. So there ain't nobody that can be over here messing with this stuff. No children come out here, pretty much period at all. I mean, I think the wife and kids have been out here maybe 4 times over the past, year. So they don't really come out here, and when they do, they're off, playing over there somewhere, and they know not to come over here. So they're in no danger, and basically if anybody else comes and messes with it, they're trespassing, so it's their own problem. But anyway, so I mowed all this down here so I can get around and haul my blocks and concrete and stuff down here easier. So tomorrow we're gonna finish that up, as long as 6 bags is enough, which I think it will be. It should be. And I mowed a little bit back here. I was just trying to figure out, where my dirt pile was right here, and then, how far over I could go without hitting logs and stuff. So just a little mowed out spot. And then I've got my little roundabout here for when I'm pulling that trailer, because you can't back that trailer up. It's got 2 axles, and it doesn't really work too good trying to back it up. So, but anyway, so I'll go ahead and throw all my concrete in the trailer, move it over there somewhere, and throw the tarp over it, and come back in the morning and do the concrete first thing. And then if I'm not too wore out, maybe we'll go and haul some creek gravel into this driveway. But like I said, this is the last time this year this will be mowed, so there she is. Anyway, I'll go ahead and end this and be looking for another video tomorrow.